A long time ago, in a land where the golden sun bathed the earth in warmth, where the scent of blooming gardens mingled with the spice-laden air of bustling marketplaces, a child was born who would one day become a beacon of wisdom. His name was Ibn Sina, though across distant lands he would be known as Avicenna. His journey was one of boundless curiosity, relentless learning, and a search for truths hidden beneath the surface of existence. Even as a young boy in the city of Bukhara, he was unlike other children. While they played beneath the shade of grand archways, his eyes were fixed upon the books his father kept, books filled with the wisdom of ages past. His father, a man of letters, would often host scholars in their home, and young Ibn Sina would sit quietly, absorbing every word. Words of philosophy, of mathematics, of the stars above and the earth below. Each conversation was like a key, unlocking a door in his mind. By the time he was 10, he had memorized the entire Quran, his mind as sharp as a blade and as deep as the vast desert that stretched beyond the walls of his city. But that was only the beginning. His hunger for knowledge was insatiable, and soon he was devouring books on logic, astronomy, medicine, and physics. His father brought him the works of Aristotle, and though they were dense and intricate, Ibn Sina studied them with determination. There was something about the way the world worked that fascinated him. The movement of the stars, the pulse of the human heart, the secrets locked within the body and the mind. He longed to understand them all. He studied under the greatest teachers of Bukhara, yet soon he surpassed even them. By the time he reached 16, he was not just a student, but a physician, sought after for his wisdom and skill in healing. One day, a messenger arrived at his door with a request that would change his life. The ruler of Bukhara, Nuh ibn Mansur, had fallen gravely ill, and no healer in the land could find a cure. The grand halls of the palace were filled with whispers and worry, the scent of burning incense mingling with the tension in the air. Ibn Sina, though still young, stepped forward. With steady hands and a keen mind, he studied the symptoms, tracing the illness not just to the body, but to the spirit. He prepared his remedies, guided not only by knowledge, but by intuition, and in time, the ruler's strength returned. In gratitude, the ruler granted him access to something more valuable than gold, a library, vast and ancient, filled with texts from every corner of the known world. There, Ibn Sina lost himself in scrolls of forgotten wisdom, in the knowledge of civilizations long past. He read the works of Greek philosophers, Indian mathematicians, Persian astronomers, and Arab scholars. He pieced together their findings, refining them, questioning them, expanding upon them. For years, he read, studied, and wrote. His mind became a universe unto itself, where logic and healing, reason and spirit, science and philosophy danced in harmony. He discovered that illness was not simply an affliction of the body, but a disturbance of balance, and that the mind played as much a role in healing as medicine did. He developed methods to diagnose and treat illnesses more precisely than ever before. But as all things do, peace faded. Wars erupted, rulers fell, and Ibn Sina found himself a wanderer, moving from city to city, seeking refuge where he could. Some welcomed him with open arms, seeking his wisdom. Others feared his knowledge, whispering that he wielded secrets too powerful for mere men. In the city of Hamadan, fate took a cruel turn. Accused of treason and conspiracy, he was imprisoned in a dark, cold cell. the walls damp with the breath of the earth. Yet even in captivity, his mind remained free. He had no books, no ink, no paper, only his thoughts. And so, he wrote within his mind, composing pages of knowledge that would only reach paper when freedom found him again. When he was finally released, he did not flee to safety. Instead, he traveled to Isfahan, where he found shelter under a ruler who valued wisdom above war. There, he poured himself into writing, creating works that would outlast kingdoms and empires. His greatest gift to the world was a book that would become a cornerstone of medicine for centuries to come, the Canon of Medicine, a vast compendium of healing, diagnosing, and treating ailments that doctors would study for generations. His knowledge was not confined to medicine alone. He explored the stars, tracing their movements across the night sky, predicting their patterns with precise calculations. He pondered the nature of the soul, asking questions that philosophers would debate long after his time. To Ibn Sina, the world was a puzzle, and every discovery, every understanding, was a piece that brought him closer to the truth. But time is unkind, even to the greatest of minds. His body, worn by travel, by study, by the burdens of knowledge, began to fail him. As illness took hold, he did not fight it. He observed it, as he had observed so many ailments in others before. He knew that all things must come to an end, even the brightest flames. And so, in the year 1037, in the city of Hamadan, he closed his eyes for the last time. Yet his story did not end there. His words lived on, carried by the winds, whispered through the halls of scholars, etched into the very fabric of knowledge itself. His books became the foundation upon which future healers stood. His ideas shaped not only medicine, but philosophy, astronomy, and the very way people understood the human body and mind. Tonight, as you close your eyes, imagine the glow of candlelight flickering across ancient manuscripts. Imagine the rustling of parchment as a young scholar turns the page, his mind alight with wonder. Imagine the vast desert sky where stars once guided Ibn Sina's thoughts, and let their light guide you into peaceful dreams. For knowledge, like the stars, never truly fades. It simply waits to be discovered again.